Here's an explanation of the National Electrical Code regarding switches and receptacles near bathtubs and shower enclosures. The primary concern involves the safety of electrical components in wet environments. National Electrical Code sections 404.4 and 406.8 subsection C specify that switches and receptacles should not be installed within wet locations. These locations typically refer to the interior of a tub or shower stall. There's no specific 3-foot rule in these sections for the placement of switches and receptacles relative to the edge of a bathtub or shower. However, National Electrical Code section 410.4 subsection D does establish a 3-foot rule, but it applies specifically to luminaries and fans, not to switches and receptacles. The information suggests that an inspection agency has implemented a 3-foot rule for switches and receptacles, a requirement that isn't explicitly stated in the National Electrical Code. If you are an electrician facing this situation, here are some options and methods for addressing it. One option is to comply with the inspection agency's rule, placing the switch at least 3 feet from the tub's edge. However, this could lead to inconvenient switch locations, especially in smaller bathrooms. Another option involves challenging the agency's interpretation. To challenge the agency, first gather evidence. Provide the agency with a copy of the relevant National Electrical Code articles, specifically 404.4 and 406.8 subsection C, which clearly state the regulations concerning switches and receptacles in wet locations, without mentioning the 3-foot rule. Second, write a formal letter. Submit a formal letter to the inspection agency. In this letter, clearly outline your concerns regarding the 3-foot rule, emphasizing that it doesn't align with the specific wording of the National Electrical Code. Reference the appropriate National Electrical Code sections to support your argument. Third, request a meeting. If possible, schedule a meeting with the agency to discuss the issue in person. This provides an opportunity to present your case, ask questions, and potentially clarify any misunderstandings regarding the code requirements. During the meeting, it's important to remain professional, maintaining a respectful and objective tone throughout the discussion. Fourth, suggest alternative solutions. Propose alternative solutions that comply with the National Electrical Code while addressing the safety concerns the agency might have. For example, using ground fault circuit interrupter protected receptacles or switches with weatherproof covers can enhance safety in potentially wet areas. Finally, consider local codes. Always check local electrical codes, as they may have additional requirements or amendments that differ from the National Electrical Code. It's also important to consider practicality, balance safety concerns with the practical constraints of the bathroom's layout. In small bathrooms, strictly adhering to a 3-foot rule may not be feasible. In such cases, explore alternative solutions that enhance safety without compromising usability, such as ground fault circuit interrupter protection or locating switches as far as reasonably possible from water sources.